Welcome back to the gloriously unhinged, deeply questionable world of Dungeon Crawler Carl, Book 3, where our floors are deadly, the loot is cursed, and Carl continues his extremely unwanted career as a professional apocalypse participant. In today's episode, we're diving headfirst into the chaos, the carnage, and the kind of absurdity that makes you say this is somehow the worst game show ever created, and yet I cannot look away. Expect monsters, mayhem, morally suspect sponsorship energy, and at least one moment where everyone seems to have completely lost the plot, which is kind of honestly the brand. So grab your snacks, tighten your armor, and lower your expectations for human decency. It's time to talk about Dungeon Crawler Carl, Book 3, Chapters 1 and 2, because if the world is ending, it might as well be fun. Joining me today is...
Timmy!
Mikey!
And
And
Jennifer.
Data.
Oh, I forgot
No.
about you, sorry.
I say me.
I guess you can say your name too.
Yes.
I guess
Are you important? I don't know.
Not really.
Yes.
Do we know him?
I don't know. Why is he here?
My experience is of
Poster.
interest to no one because I've already read these. They're here for you guys. So
Yeah, there we go. I did something.
You're just the host.
I will note that we did not hit the name of the podcast, which is also
I
kind
forgot
of
that
important.
The name of this
Sorry.
podcast is Data Laughing's Regret.
Oh god.
Hey, this podcast is Don't Gaslight Me, Jesus. Continue listening for more fun.
Did you know that 2/3 of all scurvy is found in autistic people?
Does being autistic make you not want to eat oranges or whatever?
Do you just
Correct.
forget to eat?
No, it's mostly what Data said, actually. Autistic people tend to have safe foods that they like to eat, which tends to mean that they don't usually eat vegetables and fruit in the number that they need, and they don't medicate
Hmm.
like taking, just vitamins.
Right.
So about 2/3 of all scurvy cases are found in autistic people.
That's sad. That
It's
anyone
really
needs
sad.
to get scurvy in this day and age.
Yeah, in the 2020s, there's no real need for it, except,
Huh.
I just-
Well,
I mean, bad diet is a thing that everyone probably has.
to some degree or another. Yeah, I was about to say Jennifer's calling out people not eating vegetables when we were at a meal yesterday and she's like, "There's green things. I'm not eating that."
I eat potatoes.
Potatoes can be green, but you probably shouldn't eat it.
No, you should.
No.
Never
Unless
eat a
you-
green potato, no.
You like food dye the potatoes for St. Patrick's Day or something, you know?
That could be interesting.
There you go. I dyed
Yeah.
my steak green. It's green food.
Hey, I eat salad. I eat lettuce.
Oh, fair. It was,
I did it with paint. It had a lot of lead in it. It made it very sweet.
Ah, sweet green meat.
Mm. I feel like there was a Dr. Seuss book about this and how the whole family just died.
The Cat in the Hat.
Yep.
I mean, I feel like that book comes close to there at some point. Anyway,
I
what
never
did
see the parents. What did he do to them?
we see the mother at the end of the book.
Oh, that's just the cat and drag.
It could be. We never
They
we don't see
Cat
the
in the
face.
Drag.
They can't see through the disguise because he traumatized them that much. Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
We started the third book this time, guys, and we did the first 2 chapters. Although, actually, before I get into what did you guys think of these chapters, I want to call out, I don't know if you read the preface.
I did.
I did.
Okay, because it's just like,
You know how I
look,
feel about maps.
it's like
I'm just saying.
a lot of people, and I don't know if like they skipped through this on the audiobook or what, but a lot of people I've noticed in the fandom were unaware of what's in the preface the first time they read the book, and it's just like, look, the thing is gonna be confusing. Don't worry about it. Like, don't
Yeah,
get
it's confusing on purpose.
bogged down in it. It's
Yeah.
intentional, and it'll sort itself out by the end of the book. But you see people going through like, it's like the image of Charlie with the strings on the poster board or whatever, trying to figure out how it all works. So just flow with it. But what did you guys think of these 2 chapters?
I enjoyed it. I don't know. I know it's just like the beginning of a story and all, so we're gonna start learning the new like floor and all that stuff. So, you know, there's that getting to know you phase that's kind of fun. So it's easy to like. Action nearly immediately. New dangers established pretty well. We have potential. We have potential for some fun shit here. I'm hoping we get like an evil conductor, and I'm also hoping like maybe some buskers who like Pied Piper a bunch of fucking like subway rats. You know, some fun shit here. I really dug. I really dug it. It's only two chapters, so there's not a whole lot to talk about, but dude, I dug it. I dug it a lot.
Yeah, like you said, it's just 2 chapters, and they're fairly lengthy chapters compared to some of the ones we've read, but they're also very much, like you said, intro.
Yeah.
We're setting the stage, as it were. We're meeting new Mordecai and all that stuff, but
Opening loot boxes, all the usual stuff we do at the beginning of a thing.
all very important loot boxes, you know. But like you say, it's setting up a lot of potential that could be very interesting.
This is the book I'm the most excited for because it was a book first.
I was gonna say, because you love
It
trains
was
so
not
much?
made piecemeal.
No, I don't care about trains. Trains are whatever. That's what I got.
It was really smart opening with an action sequence because this could have easily just been a recap of the previous book. And we do a little bit of recapping, but we do that on the way to things, which was the smart move here. And it would have been really easy to get bogged down in the where are we going to sleep? Where's the town? Where's the shops? You know, like it, which we get into in chapter 2. Starting with an action sequence was the smartest move, especially since it's the first action sequence that we've had that actually had Katya part of a fight, and just knowing that she is just not built for this yet. She is not comfortable with this. She is not she has no cohesion with the team yet, which is going to be a sticking point probably as time goes on, because there's going to be the constant question of, is she on the team or is she just here to collect experience and then get the fuck out? So that's the interesting question that we have about Katya to start with. And we also had some really good creative use of skills and items to start out with as well, which was stuff that I was like really wanting more of in the last book, and we really only got that towards the end. And to start with it is also a little risky because I'm just like, that was a pretty banger of an opening fight that we had, and I'm hoping that that's a trend going forward and not the exception. So, but now that we've established that this whole level is trains, we've established that even though they didn't get the celestial boxes, they still got some pretty good fucking digs now that they're living in. They're off to a really good start, this book, which means all the bad things have to fucking happen in this book. I'm expecting this to go south immediately after all this windfall that they just got. So that was fun. I'm just like, oh, look at this. They got like a pretty much a mansion with everything that they've been wanting for the last 2 books. And there's no way they're either holding on to this or this is too good to be true kind of thing. So that's fun going forward. This is a really great starting point. Like I think this is the strongest opening of any of the books. Of course, that's not fair. It's book 3. First book had to.
Book 1 was pretty great start of just collapsing everything.
Yeah, it was
like, okay, where the fuck's this going?
Yeah, an introduction to the world. 2 had the growing pains of being the 2 story.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how do you start big or do you start small? And this book was like, look, we're going to start with action right out the gate. And we're going to get them set up pretty quickly. Like they're fairly set up. And this is like the longest of the books so far. So we only have room to grow at this point. So I'm plenty excited going forward.
I like the call out about Katya because this is the first time, like you said, that she's actually participated in a fight, and it doesn't really go so well, which is kind of probably what we should expect, because yeah, she's not hasn't been part of the planning, doesn't know the plays, doesn't who knows how much fighting she got in with her previous group because she didn't have much experience. So
they also did a really good job of showing in every which way how she is just all thumbs and two left feet with this group, because she bounds into the room with Mongo, falls in her face immediately. We have Carl yelling out orders and the other two following them immediately, and Katya going, "Wait, what are we doing?" And Donna's like, "You don't ask, you just do it, and you
Do
just
what
go along with
Carl
the plan."
says.
Yeah, you yes and every plan.
No end.
and
Carl's the
and
thinker.
and she got the same coupons, and I have a feeling that Morty might have done some shuffling with the coupons, because I feel like he may have manipulated that situation when he took everybody's coupons. We
Oh
have not
yeah.
we have not found out exactly what happened there in the transaction, which I'm expecting there to be a grift going on here, because Morty comes off as that. I mean, that's all he did in book 2, was he snuck into places and broke into places and stole shit. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Katya going forward, because it's very clear she is not on this team. She is not a part of the team, has no investment in the team. They're taking care of her as best they can, but it's going to be interesting if she's a permanent member going forward. I don't know.
Yeah, right now she's over here holding on to these coupons, like I'm supposed to save these for Hecla, you know.
And Marty is like, yeah,
Of
whatever.
course.
Give me your shit. Give me the shit right now. It's like, okay,
And in his private talk with Carl, he's like, "I want those coupons, Carl."
I'm getting those coupons. So part of me is not suspicious of Katya, but like I'm like kind of side-eyeing her, where I'm like, I don't know where your loyalties are going to come down, but also I don't want them to completely screw her over, because she does feel very innocent in all of this. Like, she's just kind of along for the ride. So I want her to be treated well, but I also don't know if she's going to turn out to be an asset to the team. So that's an interesting bit of friction going forward.
Yeah, this is another one of those situations where, and we talked about it before, but there's a lot of potential there with Katya. Like, she's got some cool powers. They could do some really awesome stuff, but she needs to be up to speed before that will work.
She also needs to be willing to get into the fights, which she is
Mhm.
very much not into fighting yet. And she's gotta get on that. They also gotta find armor for her, because that whole she can turn a portion of herself metal is a very interesting development in her abilities. So that's interesting.
Yeah, like that opens up even more possibilities where it's like, man, you can make whatever part of you metal and it doesn't even look metal. This could, there's all sorts of things you can do with that theoretically.
Make the whole front of you like a thin sheet of metal, and then like you're bulletproof. Like, there's a lot of utility you can get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Only the front, so you're like a Santaran.
Yeah. If you hit from the back, you're dead.
All
Yeah,
right.
Doctor Who references for the win.
Yay. That's all I got. There's not, like Tim said, there's not a whole lot to dig into here, but the potential is high with this
Oh, yeah.
book. This is a
I'm
great
excited.
start. This is a great start.
I got very excited. It felt like Bullet Train when we kind of jumped in here, and I love Bullet Train. I don't know why that was
Yes.
came
Bullet
up,
Train's
but
the
that's kind
best.
of like like that's what it felt like, and I was like, this is amazing. So no, I love the beginning of this one. I think the trains is a lot different than what we've seen before. So it was really interesting to kind of start off already just going, and you got to kind of figure out what's going on and where you are. So that I really enjoyed, and I think that it's interesting to see Katya for sure as she starts to kind of participate more with the team, and definitely agree with what we're kind of seeing is she going to be loyal to our team, or is she loyal to Hecla? And at some point in time, there's going to have to be like a decision made there. So curious to see how that will play down, because I imagine we'll see a lot of fun with her and kind of see maybe if I'm kind of curious to see if her loyalties may shift as we go through here a little bit more. So I guess we'll see. But I'm excited to kind of see where this one takes us. I think that the fact that, they couldn't even get off the train at first because there's just mobs everywhere is very interesting, and kind of curious to see how many people that kind of knocked out of the whole competition that may have just tried to get off at that first stop. So I think it definitely feels like they're kind of trying to rush through this dungeon because of that. But at the same time, very interesting way to kind of go with it. So I'm excited. I think I really enjoyed these and kind of can't wait to see where this one goes.
Yeah, it was definitely a thing where it's like like you said, we started kind of in the middle of things, and you're on this train, and as the train starts moving, it gets to a stop, and monsters are getting on. What what do you do? Like, if you're in this situation, you're on, like, do you get off at the first stop and like, let's stop and try to figure out what's going on?
Because you're kind of stuck in a limbo world. Like if it's all trains and it's all stations, how are they connected? Like there's no surface level. Like Carl said at the beginning, it's like it's all like subway trains. So I'm like, is there any above ground portion to this level, or is it all subterranean? Like, are there like elevated trains? Are there actual like locomotives?
I
Like
don't see why there couldn't be elevated trains.
exactly. So I'm
Like,
just like,
this could just be a maze full of just trains, all kinds.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, and they even kind of mentioned that there was a different one that was like a regular locomotive type train. So I think definitely we'll see a whole bunch of different trains.
And what does that mean for if they're not all underground? Do some of them go above ground and there's a world up there, or are there regular trains and they just also go in these underground tunnels and stuff? Yeah, there's all sorts of what might happen here.
I want it to also be inside of a volcano.
That would be
Let's-
fun.
Let's
I'm
go
with that.
full Temple of Doom, and we got to have like a minecart section too.
Oh, there's gonna be a minecart thing. So it's everything that you would ever
Everything.
see on a track.
Every track, we're doing it all.
Donkey Kong style.
Exactly. You
Hell
got to do
yeah.
a jump and everything.
Make the minecart jump.
You got to make the minecart jump, Carl.
You
I
gotta
think Carl's
jump on
played
that.
Donkey Kong.
You gotta jump on that hoverboard and let the locomotive go over the gorge and explode and kill the mob.
Got to do it all. You got to
Gotta
do it all. Because you're not going to do this again. Like, you can't do another. This is the minecart dungeon. No, it's all the same. You're doing just tracks.
Okay, I'm down.
So
I
why
like it.
not? Why not go to the surface? Why not go underwater? Why not do it all? Do it all.
Water
make no
train.
The more the better.
Exactly.
You gotta fight a megalodon in the water train.
Why not? That's stupid. I love it. Why not a giant monster on the track that's like chasing after a train?
You somehow end up on the Snowpiercer train.
He wouldn't know what to do with it if he caught it.
I mean, it'll know what to do to you. It'll kill you.
Okay, fair. Well, I guess let's move into these chapters, y'all. These 2 chapters that we did. We start out with time to level collapse is 10 days, so that's how long we get on this floor is 10 days. Carl is leaderboard rank 6, so there's 100,000 gold bounty. We knew that already from the last book. And he's up to 43 quadrillion views, so that's probably a lot.
That's a pretty big number, I suppose.
It's more views than I have, that's for sure, but you know.
By a little.
By a little.
And they start out on the red line. Welcome to the Iron Tangle. And also sponsorship bidding will end in 45 hours. So we're going to get our first sponsors here.
I'm wondering how the sponsors work. I've been wondering about those ever since they were mentioned in the first book.
Presumably, we will find out a little bit here.
I know,
Yeah.
right? I'm curious. Do we get to like interview with our sponsor? Like, do we get to meet the sponsor? I'm curious.
If there's multiple, if there's bidding, like, do you have to be in a room that has like all the sponsors in it, like through holograms, like, and they're all like bidding?
That could be fun. Got the head of Jor-El.
You have one guy in there who's just like, he's like, I'll buy you pants. And Carl's like, all right, he's immediately my
Sold.
favorite. I hope
Yeah.
he wins.
And so they come into like just into being on a train. It's a subway car specifically. And Katya says that it's a metro car from Moscow, but the ones that she rode on were much nicer than this one.
The way it's described, all I thought of was the opening of Half-Life 2. Like, that's all I thought. I even had that music and the sound effects like playing in my head from that opening.
Okay, I can see.
Because that has a very East Soviet bloc country,
Right.
like kind of look to it.
There's another. Sorry, you said that, and it made me think of another game that I played only the beginning of, where you literally start underground in like Russia in a train car.
Metro Exodus.
That would be my guess, was Metro.
Yeah, that might have been. Yeah, I don't even remember now. Anyway.
Yeah, I was only guessing that just because it's Metro and it's Exodus, and I knew it took underground. And I think there's trains.
He gets a new achievement. I'm on a train. Choo choo, motherfucker. You received a train
Choo-choo.
conductor souvenir hat. Wear it with pride. I'm just thinking I'm on a boat, but
Same.
you know.
Boat, motherfucker.
Yep.
Sorry.
And so they are about to get to station 81 in 12 minutes. So we kind of started in the high numbers here. Well, I don't know, compared to like 1, maybe not compared to where it ends up. And of course, Donut, if you recall, chose a class where she has to pick a new, basically a new class every floor. Her character actor skill. And she has 6 minutes to choose a new class. And the list is all new stuff she hadn't seen before. So Carl's like, Mordecai, help Donut pick a class. We're in the middle of some shit.
I love the amount of just tension there is right out the gate.
Yes.
As it starts like, gotta pick a new class right now. You got 6 minutes, bitch.
Monsters are coming. Run.
You are not safe.
And I like the options. Some of the ones we hear are Alley Cat Brawler and Neck Cat Mancer, which feels a little strange to me, but
I've been wanting her to become a necromancer from like the first fucking book, so I was really hoping she was gonna pick that one.
I mean, she's already got some necromancer spells. So
Yeah. It would tie in.
Katya's over here. Why is she always typing in caps? Is it because she's 4-legged? And he's like, no, it's just because she's Donut.
That doesn't even
That's
follow.
her
You
own
type
thing.
with your brain.
Right?
I am yelling, Carl.
And Katya, if you recall, her class was monster truck driver, and we were told that the faster she's moving, the more constitution she gets. And so she's got 102 constitution because they're on a train. And Carl says,
It's the
good.
most random skill.
I know, right? I mean, Mordecai said she was like a juggernaut thing, where it's like, once you're moving, they can't stop you, I guess, is the idea. But
Weird.
that's
Like,
the
how
thing.
often is that useful? I mean, it is obviously useful at this moment, but
right?
She's a wrecking ball. She can just run at enemies and just tear through them.
Unless she trips and falls down.
Currently, yes, she's not skilled enough, but potentially she is like a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
It's weird that the like what's the name for it? Is the transitive property, like where like the moving of the train is adding to her stats rather than it's her moving, and I felt that was like really interesting in and of itself because I'm just like, but because she's not the one, she's
See,
not
now
the
you're
one
bringing
moving of her
physics
own.
into this. Now
Shut
I'm
up.
like, shouldn't the fucking planet also be giving her a boost?
The planet rotating.
Now
maybe-
you've ruined the fun.
The standard of the planet's movement is already calculated into her normal constitution.
Exactly,
Okay,
Tim.
okay.
See,
Because it's a consistent.
that's the base level.
Okay.
Carl thinks to himself, that means you're our meat shield. But he does not say that out loud.
It's true though.
She knows what she is.
Donut ends up picking football hooligan as her class, which I just love the idea. It's got momentum bonuses and team buffs and the mascot skill, which will help Mongo.
Which she only gets the mascot skill.
Yep. But she does get 10 points to her constitution, which they've desperately been trying to improve her constitution. So that's good.
You sneeze on her, she dies.
And he says that he's at like a train station settlement, Mordecai does. There's stores and inns, and there's a place with different kinds of trains. One's like a regular transcontinental railway train, which is not my first thought about trains is like, oh, it's like the transcontinental railway, but whatever. So the only real good skill she got was the mascot skill, so that when Mongo hurts somebody, the party gets a bonus to dexterity and constitution, and if he kills a mob, the bonus lasts for a couple hours. And we know how much Mongo loves killing things. So,
I mean, who doesn't?
He's our
Also-
little murder raptor dog boy. Love him.
she got the skill Guinness that doubles her strength if she's drunk. And he's like, what, really? He's like, yeah, we're gonna have to go to some more Dirty Shirley's. I'm not sure that's a good idea, Donut.
Yeah, I was like, you still have to aim correctly.
Really not a good idea for Donut.
And Mordecai says that as she levels up and goes deeper into the dungeon, the class offerings will get better. And Mordecai says that he doesn't know if it's intentional or not, so don't say anything about it out loud. But any skill that she leveled up from the previous Artist Alley Mogul, the class she chose on the last floor, she kept. She loses like the original. So it says like she gets started with this skill at 5, she leveled it up to 7, then she lost that initial 5, but she keeps the 2 of higher level.
Yeah, you lose the initial bonus, but any bonus level that you got above that, you keep those bonus levels, which they think might be a bug.
Yeah. Well, she keeps the experience too. So even though she only leveled up twice, she gets 4 levels on her own because the lower levels require less experience to get to. So yeah, it's very useful, and she could theoretically carry lots of good stuff from one. Like she could level up the mascot skill, and we'd always get that benefit from Mongo. But just don't say anything.
She's going to be a Swiss Army cat collecting all these skills.
Carl's just like, it seems like a bug, and Mordecai's like, yeah, I think maybe it is. Just don't say anything. And Katya has the Pathfinder skill, which lets her zoom her map out really wide, but she's not seeing a lot, except that there's some other trains like moving past them at times. And she can see up to, they're in passenger car 20, and she can see up to car 15, which has a big question mark on it. And it was like, let's go check that out. Because, I mean, how are you not going to check out the question mark? And so they get to the door, and it's like, Katya, you're going through first. And she's like, yeah, I guess that's my whole thing. And Donut's so encouraging. She's like, don't worry, sweetie. We got your back. And then they open the thing and start to go in, but Mongo gets too excited and knocks Katya on her face and jumps in there. He's just excitable, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And they get to car 15. There's nobody in any of the cars up till there. Door's not locked. And just as they get there, they're coming into Siren Station. And monsters are waiting at the station to get on the train. So that's not great. Several hundred fat, wrinkly monsters. They look like demonic gray-skinned babies with sharp claws and giant mouths filled with too many teeth. So yeah, that's great.
Which I love this. I love this idea that at each like station there's going to be monsters
Yeah.
getting on and off. That's a fun way to do the train stuff.
They're called Drek, and the explanation is like, everybody loves babies, right? What kind of asshole doesn't love babies? How about demonic ravenous berserking babies who travel in packs of at least 50?
Questionable.
So they get into car 15, which turns out to be the janitor's lair, where the janitor ghouls hang out.
I was really hoping that the question marks at, like, the thing that I was assuming is that they were going to jump in there and that was going to be the safe room. When they jumped in there and it was just more monsters and they were higher level, I thought that was funny as hell.
I did too. I had that exact same thought. I was like, oh, this is going to be like a safe area that they can be in. Maybe the safe room's actually on the train. And then,
Yeah, it would have been hilarious if, like, the bar car, like a TARDIS, like you walk in and it's just like a bar and it's like you're not even on a train anymore. Like, it seems like I was just like, there could be anything in there.
Oh, we could have luxury trains.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about everything.
It could
That's
be like
coming up.
Bullet Train.
Yes.
It's a very nice train.
We got to get through these first 2 episodes, these first 2 chapters. I'm excited about what's coming.
It's now Bullet Train in my head, and I'm just waiting for it to play out.
We don't really get to figure out what's up with these janitors because Donut immediately blasts them with magic missiles, and
they could have been so nice. We don't know.
We don't know.
I'm sure there's merch of their "How May I Hurt You" patches that they had.
Oh yeah, and they took one too.
And Mongo decapitates one of them and swallows the head, so they get some bonus from the mascot thing.
Good job, Mongo. Always contributing.
They close the door, and the little Drek, the little baby things, are apparently not terribly smart because they can't seem to figure out how to open the door. So that works out in their favor.
I just love how horrific this level is already. Like, is every train station going to be like this? Is every train going to be this bad or worse? Like, that's
I was about to say, how could it not be worse if this is where we're starting from?
I know, because like they walked through a bunch of empty cars before they even got to that one, and then they get to the station and it's full of monsters, and I'm just like, does it just continually populate like this? Is it just monsters wall to wall everywhere they go? And I'm like, this is going to be the most densely packed level if that's the case. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, they had to walk around a whole bunch on the previous levels to run into various things. Apparently, they come to you here. So, and so we're in this train car. There's 14 cars in front of us, a bunch of cars behind us, and there's monsters in all the other ones. So, like, we got to watch both doors. What are we going to do? Katya, you hold that door, and Carl's going to use these trap modules that they picked up previously. So he's got one that is just an alarm module that if somebody goes through, it'll set off an alarm. A very loud alarm. I mean Norwegian black metal loud. And it will be a random culturally important song from the past US Billboard Hot 100.
The thing I wondered there was they mentioned that they had picked these up or gotten these on like what was it, level 2, like floor 2,
Yeah, I think so. I think
something like that. And I'm just like, was that an ass pull, or did did he actually set that up early on?
No,
Or
I'm
was
pretty
that
sure it mentions that. Now I gotta go back, but hold on. I'm pretty sure it mentions the trap modules at some point. Let me see.
okay? Because that was the thing I was wondering about. I was like, oh, he picked something up earlier, and I was like, did he though? Was this pulled out of thin air? 'Cause that's the thing I was wondering about. And like
See,
this,
in the last book, he picked up a box of trap supplies. Let me look back at the first book now, because that covered the first 2 levels, right? So, nope, that's Carl's Doomsday Scenario. Now I'm really curious. I could have sworn it did mention it, but now I want to know.
okay.
Oh,
For you
yes.
reading at home, if you know, put it in the comments. Get in the comments.
It was the second floor, and Donut received a sapper's box containing 2 trap modules. A spike module and an alarm module. It calls out.
Boom.
Boom. So that means he wrote this scene with that in mind. That's good. That's good writing.
Actually, what it could mean, all right, I'm gonna be a touch of an asshole here, is that he was writing this book and then the other one was getting published, and he inserted it in as a way to put it in.
Kind of like when the Riddles in the Dark was added to Hobbit when it was republished.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's also writing. You continue writing in your editing phase and shit. So like,
yeah, of course.
To
be clear, we're not digging or saying this derisively. That's smart writing. That's
yes,
how you
and
do
I think that was an easy ad when you're going to the publisher, where you can just be like, oh, this thing that he uses in book 3, I can just give him to it here, and now it's established. It's kind of like, how does the Joker beat Batman? And you're like, well, what if he has a problem with dogs, and then you have a dog thing happen in the first act of Dark Knight, like. That you didn't write the dog scene and then later call it back. No, you needed a way to establish something that you did later.
I mean, it does carry through that movie really well, because he gets them from the guy who, it's like the same dogs. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry, I'm not going to get too deep into that. Now I'm thinking about the Dark Knight, and we could go on about the Dark Knight for a long time. So great movie.
Yes.
So he's going to trap the doors. He's got the spike traps that he can put on one end, and he even discovers you can put them affix them vertically, so they're like against the door, and the things just run into the spikes as they try to go through the door. Very nice. And then he places the alarm trap on the opposite end to alert them if somebody's getting through over there. And he can even set it to target specifically. It's like he's got red tagged mobs are the target. Duration until the heat death of the universe. So it's good. Apparently they don't make them like they used to. I don't know. It's some quality workmanship. Craftsmanship, that's the word.
Yeah, they last an okay amount of time, I guess. Yeah. It'll do for now.
Mongo, stay with Donut and stop eating gross shit. You're gonna make yourself sick again.
Maybe.
I mean, he's a dinosaur. I mean, don't they digest all sorts of fun things?
We don't know.
I've never met any dinosaurs. Yeah.
I mean, we assume.
He might be autistic. Throw him some oranges.
Oh my god, please give him some fruit and vegetables.
Come on, he
That
can't
stuff needs to come out
monsters.
the other end. We don't want it stuck in there.
Does he need to eat rocks to digest stuff like birds?
Oh, like a bird. He's got like a gizzard or
Ooh, that's
whatever.
a good question.
Hmm.
We're not taking care of his gut health like we need to. We're
need
being
to make
bad
sure.
parents.
We need to make sure that the monsters that he's eating also ate their vegetables, because then he can get them through them.
The transitive property of vegetables. Yeah.
Exactly. If it works with the train and momentum, it has to work with monsters and nutrition. I mean,
And that's why I only eat hamburgers. Because the cows ate the vegetables.
Exactly. The food
I'm
of
so
my
using
food
that
is
forever.
my
See, I
food.
totally eat vegetables. Now you can't make fun of me anymore.
The transitive property of vegetables. It's science.
This is now a science podcast, everybody.
I'm just, it's bringing back memories of reading Jurassic Park, because so much of this is addressed in that book.
It is. I love Michael Crichton for this kind of shit.
Oh, yeah, right.
Please, let's figure out the dinosaurs' diet. I know that sounds stupid, but I want it so bad as a chapter.
See, it's like this dinosaur is created by whoever runs the dungeon to be entertaining. So
so are the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. They were made by a corporation to be entertaining.
That's like Michael Crichton's version of like a fantasy writer being like, how do all the currency systems in my world work? Like,
Let me
8
explain
different
all the
currencies.
magic systems.
Yes, there's 3 different nations, and they have 8 different currencies. You make sense of it.
Enjoy that. That can be your homework, fantasy readers. Yeah. All right, let's see. Mordecai pops in to tell us that he saw some crawlers get off a train and there were mobs, but the mobs are magically prevented from getting off. So don't get off until you get to a transfer station, which they found out was station 83, I think.
What a bitch, magically stopping you from getting off.
Hate when that happens. But station 82 is coming up, and surely that'll be much better than station 81, where all the monsters came from.
You fucking hope.
And I love Carl worked electronics on boats, right? So he's like, here, let me try to like pry into the electrical system of this train and see how this works. And he opens up a plate and it goes, the service plate is magically locked. You need a red line engineer's key to access it. Do you have a key? No, you don't. So back off.
And now I need a key at some point because I want to have fun, magical, electric train fun.
And Station 82 is home of the Psycho stickers, which that doesn't sound great. And Station 83, you can get to the Yellow Line and the Nightmare Express.
Yeah, I heard Psycho stickers, and I was thinking that they were like higher level versions of those raviolis that tried to blow his balls off.
Because those were rot stickers or something. So yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so these things, I'm like, oh, they're Psycho now, and they're higher level, so they go right for your balls.
I thought they were actual stickers.
Like 2D?
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be like, again,
Oh my gosh,
like
that would have been great.
Like Doctor Who, the flatline monsters, where they were like these 2D like monsters that ran on the walls. I was like, oh, that's like graffiti, like angry graffiti.
That's way more
we're in
fun.
a subway station.
The boss fight is a Trump sticker, like a bumper sticker.
I did that. Yeah.
I had to look up. I don't remember these Doctor Who monsters. The wiki says they're called the Boneless.
Boneless is what they're. Yeah, the episode was Flatline, and I remember that because it was a cool fucking concept. I like 2D monsters.
It has the great 12's first speech where he says like, I'm the one that fights the monsters.
That's who I am. Yeah.
That's who I am. Yeah, he has his Batman speech in that episode.
Because that was still early in his existence where he was trying to figure out what kind of man he was.
It always takes a minute for those doctors to figure out what the hell they're doing.
It took longest for him. There was a whole season of him trying to figure out who the fuck he was.
I think it was 11 who really just kind of came out the box with, I'm just a madman in a box. That's it.
Pretty quick. My favorite is always going to be 10, just because, like, I no second chances. That's the kind of man I am. I'm like,
oh,
shit,
that was
10.
so cool. Yeah.
That was badass.
With a Satsuma. Yep.
Oh, badass.
Of course, every season after that deconstructed that idea and said, no, you're just kind of a monster.
Sometimes he can get that way. He can be the Time Lord victorious.
Is. I mean, everybody is. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We all got a little bit of that in it.
It's some wisdom right there. Don't ever travel alone.
But
everybody
overall,
got a little crazy by themselves.
They were trying to gradually chill him out from like War Doctor through 9 and then 10 and then 11's pretty chill.
12's just depressed, actually. Like low key, he's just depressed.
Yeah, we went kind of a different direction from Matt Smith to.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Matt Smith, the bad guy from Morbius.
Yes, famous.
I saw a thing online where they tracked his progress from War Doctor 212 as all the stages of grief, and I'm just like, I don't know if that works. But I see what you're doing there.
Yeah, I mean, you're like, I'm sure it wasn't planned out like that, but I can see
the shape of
there.
that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so they get to the new station, and these monsters can open doors. So less good. The alarm trap goes off. And it's Fergalicious that gets chosen for this alarm.
Which is hilarious. I was like, this is such a princess. As soon as it said it, I was like, this is a Princess Donut theme song. Like, I could see that.
Can't wait till we get that part in the show when that happens.
They'll be paying all of the money for the trap module songs.
The fun thing with that is, too, like, I don't know how rights work in books when you mention a song. I guess you can mention the name of a song, but the lyrics are the things that are actually copyrighted. So you can, I believe that's how it works. You can mention the name of a song, but you cannot have the lyrics because the lyrics are actually what where the copyright is held, I believe.
That's interesting. I hadn't even considered that before.
Because isn't there like trivia like that with the theme song from Star Trek that Roddenberry got royalties because there's actual lyrics that were written for it, but they were never recorded?
That was just
Yes.
Roddenberry like screwing over the composer.
The
Yeah,
composer,
Yeah.
he intentionally, yeah.
Because you copyright the lyrics, not the actual music notes. And
which I first learned of because of Robert Picardo on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Robert Picardo actually sang the lyrics.
they're awful, by the way.
on an anniversary.
But they exist.
on an anniversary of Star Trek. I don't remember what anniversary it was, but I was God damn, Roddenberry, you bastard.
It feels like he found that out, and the moment he found it out, he spent 10 minutes writing out the lyrics on a cocktail napkin, and then he was just like, I own this song now. It's my song.
I partially own the song. I deserve money.
Yeah, that guy was... the more you learn about Roddenberry, the more it's like, oh, okay. I mean, there's worse people out there, for sure, in the entertainment industry, but it's just like...
Exactly.
I remember, like, late 90s, early 2000s, I would have discussions with people, and, Star Wars versus Star Trek stuff, and it was just like, at the time, I was like, look, Star Trek fans don't revere the creator as much as Star Wars fans revere George Lucas. But then, the prequel trilogy came out, and it was like, okay, they kind of have gone off George Lucas a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Good times. Jar Jar Binks. So Carl has... Wait, first off, Donut does go, I love this song about Fergalicious. So there you go, as expected. And Carl has a plan. He's been... I feel like he kind of has obliquely hinted at it since they found themselves on a train with monsters, that he's like, well, I have an idea that we can do if I need to. And so he's like, okay, I'm gonna count to... It's a... what does he say? We're gonna run aft towards the back of the train in about 15 seconds. Just keep running all the way to car 20 and shut every door. And Katja's like, what? How's that gonna work? I don't get it. And Jonah's like, shut up. Just when Carl says do something, we do it. Okay? This is how we stay alive. And he uses his protective shell, which stays in place after it's cast, and no monster can penetrate. Well, no physical monster. I think we established that mystical stuff can go through. But anyway, although the weird rage elemental couldn't get through it, and he was like an energy thing. So anyway,
yeah, and still monster, I guess.
So the shell stays still. The train moves and drags every car of monsters from 15 to 20 into the shell, crushing them and splattering them all over the train. And
it's the most badass thing Carl's done in a long while.
Yeah. It's very cool and very gross as they get into there, and there's just blood and body parts. The psycho stickers are like an ogre monster, it says, and some of them have been obliterated so much there's not even an X on the map. It's just goop. And Carl's in the chat, don't slip in the blood. It's easy to trip on their heads, believe me. And Katja's like, oh gosh, I'm going to be sick. And Donut's like, get used to it.
Where has she been, though? I mean, she's been through several floors. You'd think she'd at least see some shit.
Right?
She was kept in the back.
Katja, you stay back here where it's quiet, all right?
She held all the other items. She was just the mule for the party.
Apparently not, because when she showed up, she did not have many items.
Oh, they took all their shit back, obviously. They were like, oh, we're kicking you out. I want my stuff back.
But they make it to Station 83. That's the beginning of Chapter 2 without anything else going wrong. And they get off and they find a train station settlement, stores and all that sort of thing. And
so it's a settlement that's in a train state, like it's in like a terminal. Like that was the thing I was like trying to like kind of visualize with that.
Agreed. I'm having trouble picturing it. Is just like,
yeah.
So is it like a big like subway hub station and their stores and stuff, or is it like a settlement first and foremost, and there's just several trains that come through here? Or like I don't know.
Because I was like, what I was imagining was like that train station that's in like New York. What the fuck is it called?
Grand Central
Station.
Grand Central Station, yeah. Where I was just like, that's what I was kind of imagining. And I'm just like, is that what I'm looking at? Because that's what I just had to imagine. Because I'm like, I'm not really being given any kind of like description here, and he was really good about descriptions while we were on the train. But yeah, that was like me being like, are we on the service or are we on the Because that was. Is it all going to be subterranean? That's the question that I have right now.
This is a fair question. Maybe they'll expound a little. I also like he flips off the Drek on the trains like "fuck yourselves, creepy babies," and they walk off. And he has a whole thing about the third rail. It's not covered here, and he's like, usually they have covers to prevent people from getting electrocuted, but of course they would not do that here. And he's wondering,
rail.
Is that electrified, or is it just there for show, or does this all run on mana? We don't know. Red line trains come through every 10 to 15 minutes. You are here at station 83, but there's no other dots or labels on the map, so it's like, what a useless fucking map, except for the fact that his escape plan skill that lets him see like the secret writing comes into play here.
Yeah, the map comes alive.
So the line starts at station 11 and goes up to 435. And all the trains go one way, up. If there's a different train that goes high to low, he cannot find it, so what the hell does that mean? Safe rooms appear at all transfer stations. Stairwells appear at 12, 24, 36, 48, and 72 on any colored line. So that means they started above the first stairwell on a train that only goes up in numbers, because 72 would be the highest, and they started at 81. So getting to stairwells is going to be the trick here.
I see why the preface was there to tell people. It's like, look, you're not supposed to make sense of all of
Oh
this.
yeah.
The whole
I'm
point-
not even attempting. I'm just like, okay, we're just on
It's
for the
meant to
ride.
be obtuse. It's meant to be confusing because the system would be dicks to the crawlers entirely for that reason. It's the cruelty is the point, as they say.
Exactly, yeah. We're being assholes, and it's on purpose, yeah. There's also a yellow line around here somewhere, and the Nightmare Express, which it specifically says stairwells are on any colored line, and Nightmare Express does not sound like a color, so... And he says also there should be like 9,000 stairwells, so if there's stairwells at 5 stations on a colored line, how many colored lines do there have to be to make 9,375 stairwells? I have to find out. That's
A lot.
1,875 colored lines.
Jesus.
How do you differentiate all those colors?
I was about to say, are there that many colors that we can call
Is there
out?
like pea green and
Well,
like puke orange?
They
Like
do
how
mention
detailed
made
is
up
it?
colors in the opening, so I believe.
True.
So there's gonna be some made up colors.
Cope is a color.
Cope is a color.
No,
I mean, once you name a nail polish or a crayon, it's a color. So.
he says in the preface, what is it? It says, and yes, Zomp is really a color.
It's a perfectly
I
cromulent
wanna know.
color.
And then I had to look it
Can
up.
we Google a color? Okay.
There is in fact a color called Zomp, which refers to a vibrant greenish cyan color. It even gives the hex number here.
Hilarious. All right, everybody, get on the Schlurp train.
So next time you're painting your house, you can go and ask for here's an image of Zomp.
Okay.
You
What
can
color
get
is Schlurp? Oh, it's like a yellowy purple. What?
My least favorite of the Three Stooges.
Schlurp? Yeah.
Schlump. It's a Schlump episode.
Oh no.
You can get a disc plate that is just shows off the Zomp color. Is where
There
I
you
got
go.
this image from.
Okay.
That's ridiculous. I love it.
It is, yes.
That's amazing. It's actually a very pleasant color. I like that.
And so, okay, let's go find a safe room. And there's it's not like a huge settlement. There's he says there's 3 shops. There's a safe room. There's a guild called the Mace and Bashing Weapons Guild, but that's not super helpful for them. And a small general store called Limp Richard's Supplies, run by a mole man named Limp Richard. Mole men and women actually just call themselves men and women. And quite frankly, it's exhausting. Just, okay, thanks, AI.
What about the AI just takes its time to just shit on these people when they literally did nothing wrong?
No, this thing has done absolutely
They
nothing.
like to read a lot. Aren't they assholes? Like, what? I guess I'm a mole man.
Right? I don't mind. I'll be a mole man.
And then we meet new Mordecai, and they, as part of the recent thing, they put up pictures of Mordecai's different forms. So here's what Grulk Mordecai on this floor looks like.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
Less of a battle toad than I thought.
Also, here's he hasn't been a bugaboo since the second floor, but I like the picture of the bugaboo. So there he is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's actually kind of cute. If only I didn't know that they were, perverts.
Perverts. Yeah. And so Carl's like, holy shit, he's come a long way from the stunningly handsome incubus on the previous floor to a 5-foot-tall, mud-colored, warty, slimy toad thing.
I feel like the toad fits his personality better than any other form
I
he's taken
know.
so far.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, this works. I'm okay with this.
Master Splinter to Danny DeVito Toad.
Yeah, somehow, and maybe it's just because that's how he first shows up. My default for him is the Ratkin version of him. Like, that's how I kind of think of him.
Mm-hmm. Because of Tim, now all I'm thinking of is Phil from Hercules. I got 2 words for you, kid. Duck.
That would totally be, I could see him as a satyr, a grumpy satyr, not like the pan flute playing friendly one. We're down to 389,000 crawlers left. Several 100,000 dead since we last looked. That's not great, but apparently Mordecai tells us that big giant explosion quest that they got at the end of the last floor, a lot of those were happening around the third floor. Which he says is weird. It's like usually the third floor is pretty easy. The factions aren't going to be happy if the crawlers are cold too much by the time the 6th floor opens. Oh, boo fucking who for the factions, I guess.
Yeah, right. Fuck down.
We've got about 4,000 gold between us, but let's take a look at our boxes, since that's we spend a decent amount of chapter 2 looking at achievements and boxes and stuff. Meanwhile, Badonut is going to go and negotiate for a personal space price with the Babka Wendita, who runs this place. And yes, they want to buy a personal space if they can afford it, but it's mostly just to work on her negotiation skill.
Personally, I am so happy that we started the book with action sequences, trains, and now we get donut haggling, which is one of my other favorite genres of scenes that appear in these books, because I love every time Donut is in some sort of social situation or she's haggling a price with somebody, because she is ruthless and it is amazing every time.
She starts out with, surely there must be a discount for royalty.
I mean there's gotta be.
I mean, it makes total sense. You have a princess in your or queen. Is she princess? No, she's
princess. Yeah. And then by the time we get to the end of the chapter, the lady's like, I can't lower the price anymore, or I'll have to pay for it out of my own money. And Donut's like, well, how much do you have saved up? I was like, oh, jeez.
I was like, yeah, that was harsh. I was like, for real.
And Carl has to come in and be like, don't do that. Everyone's going to hate you if you do that kind of shit. And so we got, he got an achievement for having 500 trillion followers. People sure love a good train wreck. Wink. Which means he's going to get a platinum fan box, and the voting has begun. The box will be available in 30 hours. And then there's the whole reward and achievement removed by Syndicate Court Order, which gets them a new achievement, Cuck Aquaman. You've been fucked by a fish. You've received a platinum, it's not my fault you fish-headed assholes don't properly program your quests box. And Carl has to be like, Mordecai, what does this mean? And Mordecai's like, it happens. The AI
it's
doesn't
happening sooner than it's ever happened before.
That's true. We're told it's usually like the 10th floor before this kind of thing happens, but the AI doesn't like it when somebody overrides its decisions, and so it fights or it gets back at them within the parameters it's allowed to.
Yeah, we're on a accelerated timeline with this entire series so far. It's one of the reasons why I keep predicting that we'll never make it to all the floors, or the game will end before the end.
Yeah, we did one floor last book, didn't we? So at that rate, we would have a lot of trouble making it to all the floors if there's only going to be 10 books.
Mm-hmm.
But we did 2 the one before that, so I guess it depends on how it goes long term. Carl gets a spell called Bang Bro, which, all right, man. And then a necklace to show that he's the leader of the medium skyfowl settlement, enchanted necklace of the hot bourgeoisie. Haughty? I don't know how you pronounce that word.
What?
But one of the things it gives him is Talon Strike level 5, which turns his foot into a bladed weapon, which is kind of awesome.
They basically turned him into a fucking Mortal Kombat character, because he could do a fatality on somebody where he just kicks them and they'll turn into just a cloud of blood, I guess, because it has like an eviscerate chance.
Yeah.
Yes, it's got the 2% chance to cast the insta-kill spell Eviscerate. So
Which means we gotta kill a boss that way, one hit.
That'd be the best.
But the beginning of the Talon Strike description is, birds have ugly feet. Disgusting feet, really. Still,
there's that AI. It
That
has a
AI,
preference.
baby.
Keep telling on yourself, AI.
But the box for their fucked by a fish achievement contains free personal space coupon upgrade to level 3, free tier 1 environmental upgrade ×2, free tier 1 crafting table ×2, coupon for a table upgrade ×2. And Mordecai's like, holy crap, I didn't know the AI could pull off that much. This is almost as good as the celestial box you missed out on.
Seriously, the AI is turning into its own character with its own side and its own plans.
I mean, a little bit. And so he's like, well, how's that a fuck you to the Kuatine? And Mordecai's like, so all of the upgrades are expensive, and you would have to buy the stuff, and then your sponsors buy you boxes with upgrades for your personal space, and the company gets a bunch of money from that. So now it's like, nah, fuck that.
I'm just a sucker always for player housing, so like I want there to be a whole sequence where Donut and Carl are like decorating the place and with the Sims music playing in the background.
It feels a little bit Simsy. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Also, Mordecai at the level they will be, Mordecai gets to bring his own room over, and he's very excited about this.
It's like no more randomly teleporting me places.
Is it the same one from that we met him in
I think it
originally?
is, yeah.
Is that his room? Okay.
Yeah. And the negotiation ends when Carl's like, don't make her pay out of her own pocket. It makes you look like an ass. And so it's like, okay, we settled on 37,500. And Bobka's like, so it's a deal? And Donut's like, I'll have to think about it, and leaves. Just so harsh. The Bang Bro spell lets Carl enchant a weapon with fire and electrical damage. It can also be used to cook hot dogs. And Mordecai tells him it will work on your gauntlet. You could probably also do it to your foot, but only when your invulnerable buff is active. So don't turn your foot into fire and lightning if you're not invincible in the feet.
Yeah, when he got bit on the foot on the train and got hurt like he did, I was like half wondering if some of his shit doesn't work anymore because of that anti-magic wave that they got hit by last time.
Oh, that's
I
true.
didn't know if there was going to be some sort of like lasting effect from that they were going to start slowly finding out. There could still be. Like, we don't know.
There could be. Yeah, he just says, oh, I haven't re-upped the stuff on my feet, but it could be more than that. You're right. And let's see. Donut also got a new tiara. Not as nice as her old one, but the enchanted tiara of Mana Genita, which I guess is a goddess, he says. An obscure goddess.
In the manager, baby. I had to.
You
And
didn't.
Yes, I
Donut
did.
gets her spell book of the floor thing, and it has a spell that she doesn't like, but Mordecai says will be really useful, called Hole, which makes a hole in stuff. And Mordecai says if you get creative, you can do all sorts of great stuff with that. Katya gets an arm bracer that turns into a shield, so that's neat, but it also, like, when she equips stuff, becomes part of her mass, so it looks kind of weird. And Donut's like, hey, you're like that liquid metal Terminator guy. That's really cool. And Katya's like, yeah, I never saw that movie. I don't like violence. You're in the wrong job then, honey.
No. Yeah, you ain't where you're supposed to be.
I mean, she was an
Katya's
art teacher.
Yeah, Katya is still in the beginning of her anime arc. She's that character who's like, I don't like violence, and she's going to be the most bloodthirsty character by the end of the book. Just watch.
And then we're going to use the coupons. And Mordecai has to explain to Katya, look, most of the stuff, you can go ahead and use your coupon now. If you change parties, it'll go with you. And tables upgrade on their own every time you go down a floor, so you want to put the tables in as early as possible. Which, that's kind of cool. Just, like, the longer you survive, the tables upgrade on their own. And so the only thing they end up having to pay for in buying all these personal spaces, if you have to pay to combine them. So it's 5,000 gold for each combination. So they have to pay that twice to combine their 3 people's worth of stuff. And that makes for a level 5 personal space with 3 level 3s, which I guess that's just another one of those, like, the higher you go, the harder it is to get higher. But that math is crazy.
It's another one of those things like the map. Don't think about it.
Yeah,
They're
don't
going to
think too
explain it
hard.
once.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll explain it once. Don't think about it. It's all good.
Even if Katya leaves, we'll still have a level 4 space. So that's pretty good. And there's here's all the different upgrades. You get bathroom upgrades, bed upgrades, crafting upgrades, magic upgrades.
That
There's
felt
a
like almost like a little dig at Katya to be like, hey, you don't want to leave. You'll miss out on all this nice, like, isn't it nicer in our party than it is back at your own place?
presumably Katya has a massive group of people with more.
Maybe. I mean,
But we
if
don't
they
know
didn't-
how they treat her,
Yeah.
when she is with them. Is that
It's true.
if Mordecai is trying to do a thing where it's like, see, it's like sometimes the grass is so much greener in the other party. So stay, Katya.
Hecla's party wasn't involved in that quest, as far as we know, so they wouldn't have gotten the coupons. So that's a lot of money's worth of stuff.
Yeah,
Oh.
so we're living in luxury while they're probably living in a camp out in a bus terminal somewhere. You never know.
Yeah, but I'm kind of curious. Like, Mordecai totally told her that all of her stuff would transfer and it wouldn't be a big deal, but he really asked for Princess Donuts, so could he be lying?
He could definitely be lying. In fact, I'm assuming he's lying about some of those.
Yeah, I was like, it kind of felt like maybe he was forcing her into giving them this because he said he really wanted that table, and we
Mhm.
got one of those tables. Do we know if the table transfers? Because yeah, I was curious.
It's a fair question. They go through some of the upgrades, like there's a social media screen that lets you interact with your fans. There's the Naughty Boys Employment Agency quests for 500,000 gold. It's like, no. There's a bed that they get that lets you get full rest on only 2 hours of sleep. And you even get a good rest bonus, which increases your stats by 10% or something after a good
And-
rest.
And here I'm wondering if you sign up for the Naughty Boys, if you get a free membership to the Penis Parade, because these
Maybe.
are the questions.
Totally.
These are the
I mean, you're
questions.
just getting that thrown in.
I know it's a fringe benefit, there.
And he says when you get lower down, there's even a bed that you just like hit a button and you're fully rested, which is wild.
I like sleep.
Right? Yeah.
I would prefer a button, personally.
I think maybe there's a middle ground. Like the 2 hours, it's like you get some good sleep for a couple hours, but you're also fully rested. I could handle that.
Yeah, I could see that.
He also later on he says there's a tier 2 upgrade called a Bomber's Studio, which allows you to practice blowing shit up. And Carl's like, "Oh, I want that. That'll be fun."
That sounds fun.
And once they buy their personal space, there's a whole like new achievement, welcome to the neighborhood, some HOA jokes and that kind of thing. And Donut changes the name to she says it lets me change the name. I don't think it actually says what she changed it to. And she goes, "Come on, Mongo, let's see our new house." And that's the end of our section. So for next time, we are doing. I feel like the chapters in general are longer in this book than they were in the previous one.
They feel it.
Hell
They feel a
yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, they feel a little bit more detailed and less comic-like to me too.
We're doing 3 chapters for next time, 3, 4, and 5.
Nice.
So that's where we are going. Let's do some predictions. What do you guys think? We've met the floor, as it were.
Hi, floor.
What is going to happen?
I think we're definitely getting evil conductor.
to.
We might get some kind of spectral locomotive.
Ooh.
Winston.
Exactly so. And there might be one where it's a steam-powered locomotive and they have to keep feeding it fuel while mobs are coming.
Oh.
We're also definitely getting something with the electric thing once we get a key. I don't know
Yeah, right,
what. Maybe we're going to supercharge one of these things to go even faster. I don't know. There's a lot. I'm actually really excited about this floor. This floor seems like there's a lot of potential for fun bullshit and fun situations.
Where do we get
Especially
the key?
since I have no idea where you get the key.
We-
You kill the
quest,
conductor.
some variety, right?
Gotta kill the conductor. Yeah.
So
You have the key.
yeah, I'm excited for all of this stuff because I'm like, dude, I get it. I hear what he's saying. Don't worry about like the mechanics of where places are, and that's my secret, Cap. I never give a fuck about where places are in this thing. I gave up trying to figure out like what the dungeon layout was in like book 1 where they were explaining like the areas being these little squares of what I was like, whatever man like
Procedurally generated dungeon. Gotcha.
yeah, just
that's
tell
all I
me
need
you
to know.
fighting zombies and goblins and bugs. I get you. So
You're like, I'm right there with you, man. Just you
Yep.
don't even worry about it.
say less. So I'm excited for this. I think there's a lot of fun stuff you can do with trains and mine carts and those stupid little like
They're only ever in like the Depression era where you have the little cart on the train that you like
you
one
push the
person
handle?
pushes down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've never seen that in real life, but it's in cartoons. It's got to be here. Like
Everybody sees Bugs Bunny currently.
exactly. And we have someone in the team now, Katya, who can change her body and also get stronger the faster she goes. So guess what? You're on pumping duty. So
Those are in
Yeah.
fact called hand cars, and I have seen one in real life before, but
Really?
it has been many, many a year.
I've never seen one on an actual train track.
Me either.
So
But
yeah.
I thought they were fake, but still cool.
There's also probably some kind of switch like system that we're going to have to do. You know, that's classic. Or you got to aim out the window and shoot the switch so that the track switches. You know, like
Yes, every
shit like
time you
that.
have a train. Yeah.
It's a classic. You got to do it. You got to have someone in a fight where you're holding them up and they hit a thing. You know, it's gonna be
also
fun.
true.
It's just gonna be a fun. I'm excited for this book.
Runaway
mean-
rogue trains.
If all of these are like in tunnels, then it's not hard to hold somebody up out the top and make them hit something. There's a ceiling up there.
Exactly. There's something up there that you can hit.
Tunnel.
Secret tunnel. Okay.
I really want to see Bullet Train here. I think that what I want to see happen next is some grinding via train. Because it sounds like that's where a lot of the mobs are. You just ride the train and kill some shit. So I think, and obviously we still need to get Katya leveled up some more. I mean, she's made some progress due to the end of last book, but she's still behind. And plus, she's got that serious stat bonus if the train's moving, so makes it a little bit more even. So I think we're going to go do some grinding. And obviously, we're going to pick up some kind of quest, some kind of weird quest that Carl can't resist because he's got a golden heart and somebody's going to be wanting him to help them solve the world's mysteries. And we're going to take that quest because we can't say no. And I think we're going to get a key to the, fun electrical panel. I think that would be great. And I am totally with I don't care about the map because I don't know. I can't connect it in my brain. Just, point me in the right direction, say some words. I'm with you. I'll follow. I just don't know where we are in the map, and that's cool. But yeah, no, I think that's where we're going to go. We're going to see some fun stuff happen with some new monsters that we haven't seen. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of other, things lie on this particular level. I would like to see, some serious mole people that live in the tunnels. I think that would be great. Or Penguin. Penguin lives in tunnels, so we could do that.
He lives in the sewers in Batman Returns.
Yeah. Those are
Kind of
tunnels.
tunnel. Yeah.
Yeah, those are sewer tunnels. So yeah, we throw some Penguin in there. Some references to Batman. I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm just excited to see what kind of things we come up with in this particular book. But I think that's kind of where we'll go for the short term. Oh, and we need an interview. I'm sure one of those is coming soon, right?
Oh yeah, what show are we gonna go on?
Could be some.
Yeah,
new
because this one
shows.
wouldn't be Odette. We get Odette at the end of every
At the
level,
end of the
right?
floor, yeah.
So some kind of wacky new show that is crazy. I don't know. Conan O'Brien on crack.
I mean, that's Odette already. I feel like
I guess that is kind of Odette. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm curious about the grinding because, like, Mordecai's been wanting them to do more grinding since forever. So, is it smart to get on a train and grind with, like, we don't know what monsters are coming up at each station. We're constantly going up and up further away from the stairwells if we continue upward on the train, or do you try to find like, hey, here's a station where easy monsters come out. Let's just stand here where they come out and kill them all.
Do they keep replenishing? I guess maybe that's a question. Will
Yeah,
they
we don't
keep
know.
doing?
We saw them get on the
I
train
guess-
once. I guess we have no idea if there's like, yeah.
But I also feel like they are intentionally going to want you to be fighting and battling like that because that's when you get a chance to die. And ultimately, they want us all dead, right? So,
And
but
good
they
TV.
still want some people to go down to the next or up to the next, whatever way we're going with the directionality here, but to the next floor. So, I think even though the stairways are kind of here, I think they have to provide some easier way to get back to them that maybe we just don't know about yet. Because they're going to want people to go through those, but they also want people to fight because it would be silly for them not to. But I don't know.
Yeah, apparently the fourth floor is a little early to kill everyone off, Mordecai says.
Yeah.
So they must make it possible somehow. That's a good point. Hopefully you don't have to like walk down the tracks all the way there.
It's a laundry chute. You just go down. You just fall.
There's a laundry chute somewhere up there. That would be great.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this. And you fall in a big laundry basket. and then the laundry basket is a monster and it eats you.
Yeah, it's full of towels, and it's a towel monster.
Okay, no, I'm on board.
My favorite version of a towel monster is anytime I do laundry, I'll just throw a bunch of towels on my cat, watch it just slowly just try to untangle its way out through the towels.
Now my brain is having fun with the towel monster, and I'm imagining like a cruise towel animal that is just attacking people. Like it's all fluffy looking, like it's the monkey hanging off the made of towels, and it's attacking people or something. I don't know. See, now
The
I'm on
people
cruise.
making new Pokemon are listening to you and just writing notes furiously. It's like cruise towel monster. Yes,
Yes, make it happen.
we need a towel Pokemon.
So that'll be the cruise ship level, you know. You go into your stateroom and there's towel
I
monsters
know that would be a
infesting it.
really interesting level. Like we're all stuck on a boat, and you can't get off the boat.
Nope.
Now I kind of want to see that floor. I'm just
Now
Because
it's
of the
really I'm on a
implication.
boat, motherfucker.
Yep. It's like, isn't this a relaxing vacation floor, everybody? Yeah. Okay, Mike, what do you got for predictions?
Well, we had a lot of good ones so far. As far as I'll kind of piggyback off of one of Tim's, the spectral train. I do want a ghost train. I'll Final Fantasy mythos where like you're fighting through the train, then it turns out that the train itself has unfinished business. That's how you defeat the train, but you also defeat the train by suplexing the train because that's also a thing. But I don't know what kind of unfinished business the train would have. Like you'd be like, I always wanted to be an elevated train like my brother, but he went to college, so and he was obviously the favorite. So
It derailed and it never met its stop. So now you got to make the stops.
you got to make the stops. Yeah, he's like I missed my chance, I missed my calling, and that's his unfinished business. And they complete the quest. I be because we haven't mentioned it yet here, how I want some of the bounties to come into effect on this floor. I really, really want a section of this fucking book to be a Murder on the Orient Express, like whole rigmarole. I want a quest on a specific type of train where crawlers are all together. There are no monsters, and it's all crawlers, and they are dropping dead, and they're just trying to figure out who's killing all the crawlers. Because I feel like that would be a fun fucking section to have like a murder mystery and some like close quarters combat with some crawlers on this train. That sounds fun to me. As the other thing that I'm wanting to know is if our uh, quarters that we have, like our personal space, if that is going to be a train or if it is going to be some fixed location.
Hmm.
Because I would expect everything is train themed on this floor. Maybe the personal spaces. It would be really funny to me if Morty takes one step onto their train car, and like his room is one of the train cars. And he's like, "Oh no, oh no, no, no!" And then he runs back to his room, and like it squished his entire space into one small train car. So all of his shit is all piled up in one of the cars. And they just take one look at it, and they're like, "Morty, I think your bed's under there somewhere." And he's just like, "Oh fuck." So that would be another fun fuck you to Morty that he's like, "Can I crash on one of your couches while I dig all my shit out of my car?" So that'd be funny to me.
Morty can't
Um,
have nice things.
he
Sorry.
can never. No, Morty must suffer. That's kind of been the running gag with Morty this whole time, and I kind of want to continue that. It's because it's funny, because he chose to stay. He didn't have to stay. You know, he's making a lot of money staying, so it's not like he's getting nothing out of it. But it would just be one more thing where he'd be like, "Oh, that's typical. That's typical." Because as far as I know, he's never had a train floor before, so he'd just be like, "Oh, of course that would happen to me." Um,
Yeah, who knows if they
but
even have trains on other planets, you know?
yeah, so that's fun. And yeah, I'm really interested in what the personal space is going to be like. And if it is fixed, it'd be hilarious if it's all like one giant fucking mansion. Like that'd be fun. But if it's all they have to share a bunch of space on a train together, and like each one of the cars is one of their rooms, and like there's one room that's all for crafting, and there's one room or one train car that's all for training with explosives and stuff. Like that would be fun. That they're their player base is all just one big train somewhere hidden on the planet. So that would be fun. Wasn't there something like that in one of the Amazing Spider-Man movies? Like, didn't he have like a underground train base in one of them, like an abandoned train station?
Lizard did?
Lizard
Maybe?
did?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I know who I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Bruce in the Batman.
Hmm.
He had an abandoned train line that was the Bat Cave. In that
Also,
movie.
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
Yes, it
The
was
one
an
where they
abandoned.
went back in time.
Yeah, they had an abandoned subway tunnel for like one scene, which was really cool.
See, I'm over here
So-
thinking about like Doctor Strange, or no, the Spider-Man movie where Doctor Strange had like the underground where they were in prison where they were keeping all of the Spider-Man bad guys.
Yes, they did that as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, it's like a running thing. Oh, I remember what the other train thing was from Amazing Spider-Man. Wasn't that where Peter's parents hid their spy shit or some stuff?
Oh, that is right. Yeah, he found like the token for the thing.
Yeah.
You're right. I forgot about that.
He got into the yeah. So there's a lot of fun shit you can do with trains. So I'm looking forward to the creativity of this book, and I'm glad this is the longest book. There's a lot that we can mine out of this, and I'm sure by the end we'll all be like, "Look, trains have
Didn't
been
do
fun."
anything.
Yeah. Well, I was just like, we would just be like, "Trains have been fun, but we never need to do trains again. That was enough trains." And literally everyone reading the books would just be like, isn't there that one guy who scores everything and he reviews it based on how many trains he saw? Like, this book would get a
Believe it.
10 and every other book would get zeros because he's like, that was all right, I guess, but there were no trains. And this book, he's just like, holy shit. So I'm looking
One guy.
I'm looking forward to some crazy train on train action.
I mean, how could anyone say no to that, you know?
Trains ahead.
Come on, Edgar, drop a train on him.
Let's move on to. We have one email this week, and it does include a 5-star review attachment. So get ready for that
Oh.
one.
Here we
I will
go.
try. There we go.
So the email says, "Hello, everyone. Greetings from Sweden. Love the podcast so far, and I hope you continue through the whole series. I left a 5-star review after the first couple episodes, but I just realized I never actually sent it to you after you started giving out achievements. Well, better late than never. Continue with the good work and kill, kill, kill." From Gustav.
Gustav.
Strong name.
This review has text to it, so let me read that too.
Oh.
One of the best dungeon crawler. I had planned on reading the DCC books for a while, and seeing that this podcast existed finally made me do it. I went through the books in a couple of weeks, but still wait eagerly for each new episode as their reaction and theories make a good book even better. I've tried listening to some other DCC podcasts while waiting for the fortnightly updates from DGMJ, but none of the others can match this level of polish and pure fun. 5 out of 5 stars.
Aw, that's so nice. Thank you, Gustav. All right. 5-star review, eh?
Yep.
Gustav.
Mute myself because it's happening.
Gustav, you spent your whole life waiting for this moment. You have survived scurvy, and you have survived not having a book full of trains and monsters. And now to this moment, you have now gotten a book that is full of both trains and monsters. But you've learned something else. These monsters want you dead. And no matter how fast your train goes, you can't stop the monsters. The train is full of monsters. And you would think at each turn and at each station, those monsters get off. But no, more and more monsters are getting onto your train. And it's filling up. And you can't think of what to do. But then you remember, there's the third rail. And you may need to use your last resort weapon. That's right. You need to get out and you need to touch the third rail. Connect yourself to the train and the third rail and electrify and kill every monster on this train. Because you're not just the conductor. You are the conductor of electricity. The electric conductor. That's you, Gustav. Only you can fight the monsters.
I'm glad that that's where it was going, because at first you're just like, get out there and touch the third rail. And I'm like, no, I don't. This is not a good idea. But no, okay, I see it now.
He will survive because he was born for this. It was made for him. He was made to do this. The electric conductor. That's you, Gustav. Thank you.
Achievement unlocked. Gustav, you are the conductor of electricity.
Note for all humans out there, while you will conduct electricity, it would not be a good idea to do this. If,
No. You would die. You would die instantly. You would be fried, and you would just... people would be like, why did he do that? Did he think that that would help? But not Gustav. If Gustav did it, but only specifically if he was in the Dungeon Crawler Carl universe. Gustav, please, for the purposes of this podcast and legal purposes, do not touch the third rail. You cannot conduct that much electricity. You will die. That has been a disclaimer from Don't Gaslight Me Jesus and its affiliates.
Good call. Okay.
I am not legally culpable for this.
That was a good one. I like that. All right. So thank you, Gustav. If anyone wants to send us an email like Gustav did, the address is dgmj@mail.com. You can contact us there with your questions, statements, death threats, or if you leave us a 5-star review on the podcast platform of your choice, you can send us a picture of the 5-star review, and Mike will award you an achievement.
Poorly sometimes.
Some really amazing, and some potentially deadly. So really, it's the fun is seeing where it goes.
And some legally questionable. So, like your mileage varies.
Which is the best part.
Exactly. Life is built on highs and lows, even when it's mostly lows.
There's highs?
I'm sorry. Don't tell Tim that there's supposed to be highs.
There's supposed to be highs?
You guys are getting highs?
I'm not getting highs. It's fine. You're good. Remember, we're doing 3 more chapters of the book for next week. So if you're reading along, this is Carl's Doomsday Scenario again. We're past that. This is the Dungeon Anarchist's Cookbook. And we're going to be reading chapters 3, 4, and 5 for next time. And fun fact that I've seen online a couple times, if you have all of the Dungeon Crawler Carl hardbacks and you like blue light them or black light them, they all glow in crazy colors, except for this one, which just is all black and hard to see under the black light. So it's like they're keeping the Anarchist Cookbook on the down low.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, 3 more chapters for next time if you're reading along. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you, and we will leave you with our Mordecai wisdom for the week. I want those table upgrades, Carl.
Fuck you, creepy babies.
Fuck you. That's the Carl wisdom for the week. Just fuck creepy babies.
That's mine. I do a Carl wisdom.
I'm not going to say... Okay, never... Yeah, that's better. Good luck out there, crawlers.
Kill, kill, kill!